leadppc.com. I haven't done a ton of these videos, but I think it's important to stay connected not just through writing, but also through videos. So today I'm going to be going over what I consider to be the top 24 franchise lead sites that are out there. And just kind of walk through, because there's a lot of people that are looking for franchise development leads, but they don't even know what their options are out there to generate those leads. Some people think that it's just portals, or some people think that you just have to do your own advertising, or it's all about organic content or what have you. So here are, and I guess just a little background on our company. We work with 70 different franchise brands roughly, and probably drive about 5,000 leads a month in the franchising space. We're widely unknown. Not that many people really know about us, but we're really good at what we do. Our average cost per lead all time across all of our brands is around $32, and most of the leads that we drive are from Google ads and Facebook ads. But I want to take a second and not just talk about us, but talk about other lead providers that are out there, because in the franchising space, you want to have several different lead sources, and not just put all your eggs in one bucket. So I'm not going over franchise broker networks, because it's kind of a totally different beast, although they buy leads through a lot of these different providers. But let's just jump right in there. So the first thing I wanted to go over are 4 franchise lead generating apps that are out there, because I think that this is where a lot of things are kind of moving toward. You'll see FranchiseGator has their own app. Actually, it's a really smart thing to do, because we drive some leads in the software as a service space, the SaaS space, and honestly, you can drive leads here for I don't know, we drive a lot of leads for like $1. So I'd imagine these are probably some of their more profitable leads. So you can people just download the FranchiseGator app on their phone and search there, and it's pretty user friendly. Another one, Franchise Solutions. This one, I've played around with this one as well as the FranchiseGator app. Sorry. And this one is really similar to the FranchiseGator app. Like, it's basically the same thing. The notifications you get are basically the same. So I'm not sure if it's the same person that made them. Maybe FranchiseGator owns this and takes up 2 spots that way. But there are a lot of leads that come from people searching. They'll just go to the App Store and they'll just search for franchise or franchise opportunity, and a lot of leads come from there these days. Another one, Buy a Franchise. Pretty similar. I haven't played with this one, but pretty similar. And the last one, Franchise Cost. This one is also pretty well unknown. I don't think they have near as many users of this. 3.3 out of 5, not the best rating. The 4.5. So just something to be aware of, that in the franchising space, more and more leads are being generated through apps, not even people going to franchise portals. These are a little more well known, but good to know about. So again, here we have FranchiseGator with their website. I'm going to kind of close out of some of these. Okay, so here's FranchiseGator. A lot of these work really similarly. They'll kind of preload whatever state your IP address is in, and then you can choose your industry or what have you. A couple things just to know about how franchise portals work, and I'm sure kind of how these apps work, is a lot of people think that when you advertise with the franchise portal, that the leads you get are only from people who go to like Rosati's, or they kind of like look into that. I think it really is interesting. A lot of these groups now, and this is a little more mobile friendly, but they're moving toward this kind of shopping cart approach. But if I were to go in and I say, yeah, let's just say I want to know about 2 of these: Healthier for You vending, request information. Okay, so it says I have 2. A lot of times it'll start like suggesting a lot more of other ones. So let's just say so what happens is someone fills this out. Let's see, my name is and I guess full name. Oh. Okay, so if I hit request more information, a lot of times they're going to be giving you not just that one lead that's filled out, but other suggestions. And these things change a little bit, but basically these sites try to get you to fill out a lot of different things at once, and then they'll give recommendations of other things, and then you end up like selecting a ton of them kind of at once. So FranchiseGator, I think, drives more leads than anybody else. It's one of the more reputable ones. I don't know exactly what the cost per lead is. It's probably between like $25 and $50 depending on how much bulk of leads that you're buying or what plan they kind of sell you on. But if you haven't tried FranchiseGator, definitely give that a try. I think this is one of their bigger competitors, Franchise Direct. So you'll see the format is really similar, and that's probably just because it works. So you kind of choose your industry, choose your area, you know, how much money you have. And then, let's see, I want to use my location, sure. So many different. That's fine. Okay, Entrepreneur.com, I like these guys. I think their leads are a little bit more expensive. Maybe they're around $100. I don't know exactly what their cost per lead is these days or how many of them you're buying, but you know, the magazine's really reputable, and when you get a lead through Entrepreneur.com, they tend to be really pretty high quality. Let's see if they have something. I don't even know where their there we go, franchise section, franchise home. So it's a little bit of a different look. Close advertising, that's kind of funny. So let's just try it. So let's look for home care. Okay. So it's going to give us this. One thing I do like about their site, just from an end user perspective, they have a lot of great information. They show you the investment amount right here, required net worth, liquid capital, ongoing fees, royalty fees. And this is something unique. You don't see this on a lot of portal sites. You see how many units they actually have. Sometimes you'll run across one that's like declining, and you'll want to be really careful for that. Or you'll want to know like how many of these are corporate owned. So this is interesting because to have 25 corporate stores and only 2 franchises, I mean, this is probably a good franchise because they've really made that work for them, and now they just want to scale and don't want to use all their own profits to do that and want to go a little faster. So really like Entrepreneur.com, franchise.org. So yeah, this one I think is done by IFA, and these guys are one of the authorities in franchising, so you're going to get good stuff there. Let's kind of just, yeah, so there's, you know, category based, how much you can invest. I doubt this converts as well for them as some of these other styles because it's really kind of a clunky site to have somebody go through. Yeah, let's see what happens if I request more information. I think with these guys, I think you may only get, this may just be you. I don't know if those leads get resold as much, but I don't really know how their business model works behind the scenes. Biz Buy Sell, this is more of a marketplace. They do a lot. They're at most of the franchising events. The style of the site's really similar, but you can actually sell your business here as well. It's not just franchising, it's literally anything. So they're a big franchising section, but they have stuff that's like, you know, not just for that. If you wanted to actually sell your business, you could do that there. Franchising.com. Yeah, pretty similar. I don't know these guys as well. Use a lot of pictures. So I don't know that I'm going to go through every single one of these, but Franchise Grade's a little interesting here because I think that they give you an actual grade on your franchise. So, but really this looks a lot like anything else. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, they give a grade on how they feel it meets their criteria. So that's good to know. So I guess it kind of, a lot of people do get into a franchise and it didn't go the way they wanted to, which is why you have all those, bad reviews that exist out there. So that's probably not a bad approach. So that's one way to go. You got your apps here. You've got franchise portals, another place to get leads. So this one I put on here because this is what we do. And I did just put a bunch of our competitors in there. I really like We Creative actually. So there's us obviously, right? So I would say our strongest points are we're really good at pay-per-click. So we don't do organic stuff. And I think what we're probably best at is having a cost per lead that's similar to what you'll find with a portal. So our average cost per lead is like $32 basically, what you have to spend on an ad or on clicks and stuff to generate a lead. And mainly that's because our landing pages are really, really good. And I'll do another video on landing pages as far as what works and what doesn't. But with landing pages, you want to give something away like a free guide, free franchise handbook or something. Ask for very little info at the very beginning, just like email address or something. Then using a multi-step form, so after they request info, you say first name, last name, phone number, zip code, net worth, and that's really a lead. Then after that, you can do a full franchise application and ask as many questions as you want to because they already have their information right there that you kind of needed, but it'll help qualify those leads. So yeah, and a lot of people don't know about us. We'd probably do more pay-per-click for franchise development than anybody out there. Wheat Creative, I think Wheat is really an awesome company. Let me just kind of close out some of these. So Justin Balloon is the CEO over here. Really nice guy. I think they're real strong at design, brand placement, SEO, website design. We collaborate with them on some stuff. Like I definitely refer people to them if they need a new website. A lot of times they're probably one of my top favorite providers for franchise development websites, just because everything's spot on with brand, which is really important. So they're really good. Curious Jane, I met these guys. It's highly women focused as far as a company goes. Really, really nice. Every time I met them at different franchising shows, they're always like the first to help. They do consumer ads as well, which is awesome. They do franchise development stuff like what we do. Yeah, I have nothing but great things to say about them. Scorpion, these guys advertise a lot. We do some stuff in some other spaces like in the law space. These guys are probably the best, I think, at legal advertising. They're really good. They give away a lot. They're really reputable, have hundreds of employees, probably one of the biggest players as far as just lots of different industries. See what industries they say they're in. Legal, yeah, that's their biggest. Healthcare, they do some franchise stuff. Small business, so. Another one, great franchise leads. I don't know these guys at all, but I do see that they drive leads. Fifth Avenue, I think these guys do call verified leads maybe. Yeah, so they call these leads. That's unique. We don't call our leads. We send them directly to the company. So that's pretty good. If you don't have a good franchise development in-house crew, they'd be a good one to look at. Executive leads, I think they're known. Yeah, I like that. They say we generate franchisees. That's really a smart thing to say. 20,000 franchise leads later. That's not a ton of leads, but it sounds like they know what they're doing too. I wish I knew more about them. Anyway, so those are some different places out there. Obviously, this doesn't mention franchise brokers. That's groups like the Entrepreneur Source, FranNet, FranServe, lots of different broker networks out there. I think it's best always start small with groups. So, don't spend more than $2,000 a month or whatever you can kind of do to test these different things. Always keep track of what converted. So like for us, we track what keyword a lead came from, what audience on Facebook they came from. So if something starts to work really well, you want to put your ad spend back into what's working well. If you're working with a portal, don't be afraid to call them and be like, hey, these leads are not good. What can you do? And then, yeah, just try as many different sources as you can at a low cost and stick with your stuff that converts really well. So, yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Thanks.